This time, and more importantly, it's under oath. You're speaking to Congress. So let's get into it. When will you comply with the law and release all of the files?
As I said to you when we spoke before, we have complied with the law. We have reviewed.
There are 3 million more documents, and you know what you said to me? They're all duplicative, and they include another guy named Epstein.
No, I didn't.
Nobody's
say that.
buying. That's
I did
what you
not
said.
say that.
That's what you said.
So look,
reclaiming my
can
time.
I answer? Can I answer the question?
You may not. I
Okay.
just gave you the answer you gave me.
Telling.
No, actually, it's my time, Mr. Chairman. I think those are the rules of this committee. I told him the answer he gave me, and now in public he's trying to say something else. Please stop the clock. Can I get that time back? May I have 20 seconds back, Mr. Chairman? Thank you. I very much appreciate that.
Total chaos just erupted as Donald Trump's acting Attorney General fell apart under oath during cross-examination in the House of Representatives. Democratic Congresswoman Dean was grilling Todd Blanche about his role in covering up the Epstein files. Watch him crumble. Play this clip.
You were paid $10 million to represent the president. You hang a 30-foot banner of the president's menacing face over the entrance to the Department of Justice. You said that if you were terminated or not moved forward as Attorney General, you would say to the president, "I love you, sir." So I have one question for you. Is your obligation to the victims and survivors of Epstein's heinous crimes and all his perpetrators, or is your first obligation to the President of the United States?
So without a doubt, we want to bring justice to every victim.
When will you bring that justice?
Can I please finish?
Excuse me.
Can I finish?
It's been decades. When will
Can
you
I
bring,
finish?
When will you bring the justice?
So as I was saying,
when will you prosecute? And who will you prosecute?
Can
Please
I
allow the witness to answer.
You told me in our
So I'll tell
conversation you blamed the victim.
Every victim
Let the record
of Mr.
reflect,
Epstein,
he told me that the victims didn't give good names.
let me be crystal clear that this Department of Justice will always protect victims and will always prosecute anybody we can. Okay, full stop, no ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, what you are showing in a game of showmanship are redactions because of victims, because that prosecution memorandum talks about, excuse me?
Perpetrators too.
How do you know that? Go ahead.
Talk to the
Exactly.
victims.
So
Talk to the victims.
they're victims' names, which we are required to redact, required by law to redact, which we did. Okay, so I take
Mr.
umbrage
Chairman,
to
I
the
realize
idea.
I'm over time. I thank you for that indulgence. I want to ask for unanimous consent to enter records into the onto the record. May I do that now?
Without objection.
Thank you.
The time of the gentlelady has expired. Mr. Alford.
I would like to enter these records. May I please list what they are?
More from Todd Blanche, this time being cross-examined by Congresswoman Del Bean, who questions him about the complete waiver of all potential tax evasion charges against Donald Trump, a settlement agreement between the Trump family, the Trump Organization, Donald Trump personally, and the DOJ, all while Todd Blanche was serving as Trump's personal attorney. Watch Blanche squirm. Play this clip.
Second order?
No,
the only thing you're talking about here, so the blanket immunity is not something that you're going to move back on?
It's not blanket immunity. That's not true.
It is.
No, it's not.
Read it. Okay. United States releases, waives, acquits, and forever discharges each of the plaintiffs from and is hereby forever barred and precluded from prosecuting or pursuing any and all claims, counterclaims, causes of actions, appeals, requests for any reliefs. I mean, this is an order from you, but you're not prepared. You are prepared to say that the president and his family will be barred, are immune from. That's a yes.
No, it was not a yes. I had not answered the question. I can't answer if you want me to.
What are you doing with this?
Okay, so
more cross-examination from Congresswoman Dean on the Epstein cover-up by Blanche and others at the DOJ. And watch as MAGA Republicans attempt to shut the hearing down and cut Congresswoman Dean off before she can finish. Play this clip.
This time, and more importantly, it's under oath. You're speaking to Congress. So let's get into it. When will you comply with the law and release all of the files?
As I said to you when we spoke before, we have complied with the law. We have
There are
reviewed
3 million more documents, and you know what you said to me? They're all duplicative, and they include another guy named Epstein.
No, I didn't
Nobody's
say that.
buying. That's
I did
what you
not
said.
say that.
That's what you said.
So look,
Reclaiming my
can
time.
I answer? Can I
No,
answer the
you may
question?
not. I
Okay.
just gave you the answer you gave me.
Telling.
No, actually, it's my time, Mr. Chairman. I think those are the rules of this committee. I told him the answer he gave me, and now in public he's trying to say something else. Please stop the clock. Can I get that time back? May I have 20 seconds back, Mr. Chairman? Thank you. I very much appreciate that. Mr. Blanche.
You don't want me to answer the question.
Mr. Blanche, as you know, I visited DOJ 3 times for as much as 10 hours, and I'll be going back. Does the Epstein File Transparency Act say that the files should be available to members of Congress with a minder at DOJ where you're in a secure room, you can't write on any of the binders, you can take your own notes? Is that what the Transparency Act says?
It doesn't require we allow you to come to DOJ at all. We did that on our own.
What does it say in terms of
We do that.
transparency? It says that they should be made publicly available.
And they
Am
were.
Am I correct?
And they
Publicly
were.
available.
And they were.
Oh, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Time of the gentlelady has expired.
I beg your pardon. And I'd actually like to get 20 seconds back. How do I get cut off 2 minutes into this?
2 minutes and 10 seconds.
Time of the gentlelady has expired.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Chairman. What rules are we operating under? Because he's under a little bit of heat for not prosecuting anyone in these monstrous crimes? I've been in the room. I have been there. This is what I had to do, to transcribe, to show what is true. What is true is that the president has lied about being on Epstein's plane, and the unredacted files prove that. There's a lot in here. I'm shocked at this. There's also this set of files in the file. This is investigation into the potential co-conspirators of Jeffrey Epstein. I almost used up all the blank ink in the hallway because it's all covered up. It's all covered up. The American people are not stupid. They know that when members of Congress have to go in and actually unredact to try to find the truth for these victims, something is corrupt. Something is corrosive.
Back to Congresswoman Del Bean questioning Blanche, she points out that he received $10 million from Donald Trump's Save America PAC. And yet he sees no conflict of interest in signing a deal on behalf of the DOJ that grants Trump immunity from any past tax evasion by him, his family, and the Trump Organization. Blanche responded, "I do not know why that would be a conflict of interest. That is literally the definition of a conflict of interest, and in my opinion, it is criminal." Play this clip.
Simply put, you just gave the president and his family a tax immunity to the tune of about $100 million.
Not true.
Well, yes, you have, my
No,
friend.
it's not true.
You know, look, and I just want to say this. The Save America paid you nearly $10 million between March of 2024 and December of 2024 to serve as the President Trump's personal defense attorney. My God, don't you not find there's any conflict of interest in what you are doing here as the acting Attorney General of the United States?
I didn't. What are you saying is a conflict? I don't understand what you're saying.
More from Todd Blanche, admitting under cross-examination that they will not pursue the $1.8 billion slush fund tied to January 6th insurrectionists part of the settlement in Trump's $10 billion case against the IRS and Treasury Department. Watch what he says. Play this clip.
Mr. Attorney General, I wanted to ask a few questions about the Anti-weaponization fund. We know that the department has agreed to pause this effort until at least June 12th. I wanted to ask what your plans were for the fund after June 12th.
So thank you. So look, we're not moving forward with the fund. You're right that there's a date that in the case in the East District of Virginia in June, but we are not moving forward with the fund, period. The reasons for the fund is something that President Trump talked about for a long time, which is the fact that there were a lot of people in this country who had their government weaponized against them. The reasons for the fund, I think, it remain as important as they were before, but we are not moving forward with the fund.
Not moving forward ever.
Correct.
Oh, there's no more fund then.
Well, to the extent there was a fund, and remember the fund wasn't set up yet. There were no commissioners named. There was no claimants brought anything in front of. There was no claims made yet. So yes, we're not moving forward with the fund.
Then excellent cross-examination from Democratic Congressman Ivey, who asks, do you understand it is illegal to accept payment in exchange for pardons? Do you see how corrupt it is that Trump takes money from people he then pardons, not just violent January 6th insurrectionists, but some of the biggest financial fraudsters around, who are essentially buying their freedom? Play this clip.
Has appointed a special prosecutor to take a look at this. This looks, on its face, it just looks like a quid pro quo scenario that should be investigated. Why haven't you taken that step?
Well, the power to pardon in our Constitution is given to the President of the United States. The Constitution does not require him to provide any explanation for who he chooses to pardon or not pardon, or commute or not commute. And so I very much reject the idea that the premise that this looks like something is a basis for me to appoint a special
Let me
prosecutor.
reclaim my time. The Constitution gives him absolute power to pardon. It does not give power to pardon in exchange for payments, clearly. And a $2.1 billion payment to his family. And we'll set aside the fact that he should have divested from all of those interests anyway. But the fact that he gave that he gets the $2 billion piece, and then a few months later pardons the guy who was guilty of money laundering and providing money to, or helping to finance the money laundering operation for ISIS and Al-Qaeda and the guys we're fighting in Iran right now, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. That's not a problem.
Who he chooses to pardon is not a problem, period. And you're saying all these things that are just not true.
What's the legal basis for that statement?
The Constitution of our United States.
The Constitution does not give him the authority to pardon in exchange for payments. It does not permit bribery.
Payments. You told me nothing about exchange for payments. You said there's.
Well, I just told you.
Put a bunch of facts together.
Well, that's why you need a special prosecutor. Shouldn't somebody clearly you're not going to do it. Shouldn't somebody be appointed, a truly experienced prosecutor, to take a look at this and conduct the investigation? And then if he reaches the conclusion that you're right, that's fine. But if he finds that there's a problem with what the president did or his family, then he should move forward with prosecuting that case.
Has expired.
I very much disagree.
Then Congresswoman Magaziner says, okay, Blanche, if you are committing to shutting down this slush fund, put it in writing right now so everyone can see you mean it. Watch what Blanche does. Play this clip.
I want to thank you for verbally committing to not moving forward with the so-called anti-weaponization fund. I just want to make sure, are you going to issue a new memo in writing, rescinding that May 18th memo?
I'm not committing to putting anything in writing. I'm going to say it today over and over again.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know what the purpose of putting something in writing. I'm telling you what we're doing. Meaning, like, why do I need to put something in writing if I'm telling you what we're doing?
Well, you started it, you established it in writing, so it just makes sense to rescind it in writing. I think a lot of Americans, both sides of the aisle, are concerned about it, and it would restore a lot of trust about this issue.
Okay, I'm not committing to doing anything in writing.
You're not committing.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'll take it under advisement.
I'm just concerned because you're not under oath, and I want to trust you and I want to believe you. We all do. But putting it in writing would.
I want to remind everyone that at a previous hearing, Todd Blanche completely lost his composure when Senator Van Hollen cross-examined him, insisting, I am not the president's personal attorney. I am the acting AG. Remember that? Play this clip.
You're not going to submit this proposal to any federal judge or independent.
There is no judge.
Any independent authority?
An independent. What does that mean? An independent authority?
It means not somebody who's getting to pick 5 of the members who was the president's former personal attorney. That would be somebody who would be independent.
I'm the acting attorney general, okay?
And
the fact that I used to be President Trump's lawyer is just a fact, but I'm the acting attorney general. So don't say the president's former personal lawyer will do something. The acting attorney general will do something.
Mr. Attorney General, you are acting today like the president's personal attorney. And that's the whole problem. you have a whole banner of his face hanging over the Department of Justice, and you and everybody else walks under it. And you are acting like you're his current personal attorney. Mr. Chairman, I have no further questions.
And then Senator Van Hollen about 2 weeks ago made it absolutely clear. Just so we all understand, you are under oath. And lying to Congress is a crime. Because I believe Blanche will likely face prosecution down the road. Play this clip.
Single telegraph
I have a
I
last
made?
question.
What telegraph did
I
I
have a last question for you. Do you know that it is a criminal offense to lie to Congress?
I am very well aware of that.
I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
And finally, here is another key moment from that Van Hollen cross-examination. Play it.
Individuals who assaulted Capitol Hill police officers be eligible for this fund?
Well, as it makes plain,
Will they
anybody
be
is
just let me know if they're eligible for the fund.
as was made plain yesterday, anybody in this country is eligible to apply if they believe they're a victim of weaponization.
Mr. Attorney General, let me ask you this. Are there going to be rules that say that if you've assaulted a Capitol Hill police officer or committed a violent crime, you will not be eligible? Why not make that a rule?
I expect that, because I'm not one of the commissioners setting up the rules, I
You're
expect that there
appointing
will be
4 of the
rules
5
set up.
members, aren't you, Mr. Attorney General?
Pardon me?
You're appointing 4 of the 5 members.
I am appointing
You can
all 5
certainly
members.
set up the rules. I would hope you would make a rule that anyone convicted of assaulting a police officer or a violent crime is simply not eligible. They should not apply.
There you have it, folks. Hit subscribe.